What are you drinking right now?
I'm drinking a dirty chai with 3 shots of espresso and oat milk, so
Okay.
I can kick the 9 a.m. class.
With Tracy in LA. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to my podcast, Dance Journey. Today we have the amazing Chasen Greenwood.
Yes, I'm single.
Chasen,
Sorry,
he's so
I'm back.
he's so hyper right
I'm
now.
back.
Chasen is my ballet teacher who I love, who I was taking 3 times a week. I'm about to start a day job, so unfortunately it's gonna
Boo.
gonna have to change a little bit, but
It's okay.
I love Chasen. I've been taking his class for like 2 years. I'm actually not even sure. A year or two or something like that. I only started ballet a few years ago, so I feel like you've been my main like teacher.
You've been killing it.
So
You've been getting those turns and the legs that
thank
turned out. I'm like, okay, hard work's paying off. Let's go.
you. He is definitely helping me with my turnout because my experience is more in jazz. So I
hmm
go parallel like super quick. But anyway, I love Chasen's classes. I just want to talk about them for a second because I want to brag about how amazing they are.
Oh my
I
lord.
mean, they're already packed, but more people should still come anyways. I feel like they're so fun because you push us a lot, but you also like have so much joy and you use like fun music and you have a good sense of humor too. And
It's
then
therapy.
yeah.
It's my therapy. I get everything out on you guys. It's great. It's
Well,
fabulous.
I think it's the same for us too. And then like I think it's just like your passion for like music and dance. It comes out really strong because like
It's my heart since I was like I've been in literally in the industry, the legit industry since I was 9. I've been getting
wow.
paychecks since I was 9. This is my life.
Wow.
This is my life. I mean, the only thing that I have thought about if I didn't do entertainment is I love cars. So to be sponsored by like a racing team and actually learn how to race, I've wanted to go and train in South Carolina, Ford Motorsports for like 2 or 3 weeks. That'd be really
Wow.
fun.
That's so funny because one of my questions that I didn't actually circle because I was like, I'm not really going to ask him this. I was going to ask you, like, if you couldn't do ballet, which I know is never going to happen, what would like one thing you'd want to do? But I guess, okay, racing and
Cars,
cars.
something. Yeah, definitely. Or even like engineering, like going to school to like help like engineer future technology for like safety for vehicles. I'm a nerd.
Ooh,
I'm such a nerd.
that'd be
Yeah.
cool.
But then again, like I love being on movie sets. I don't know. It just would be I would want to do it all. Maybe I would work on cars. My last mechanic, he did the cars for the original Fast and Furious.
Oh,
So like what
really?
if I was in charge of like getting cars for movies? That would be fun. That'd be
Wow.
fun.
This is what it's like living in LA. You just you go to your
Oh
mechanic
my
is like
God, you mean
famous.
entrepreneur out here. I love it. Everybody does everything.
But right now Jason does ballet.
Yes, it's one of the things, yeah.
So yeah, it's one of the things. So we want to hear about all the things. So Jason, what is your life in look? I know about a lot of things you're doing, but they might not, and I don't know all of them. So what are the things you're doing right now? What's your week
Man,
look
I mean,
like,
you
basically?
know a lot of this because you're always there to support us. But launched my company, nonprofit ballet company, 2 years ago. Still building it. We got a festival coming up. I work in TV and film as a choreographer. Still pushing that, and I'm helping one of my really good friends with the ballet agency to get that going because we need more representation for ballet dancers out here. And models doing ballet for commercials is ridiculous.
Wait, what's the
Um,
ballet
the
agency?
ballet agency, Brittany Cavaco, she was the one who helped me with Synergetic. She came out at the very end. But
Okay, yeah.
basically, she is a consulting company that helps ballet dancers and ballet companies to just represent ballet dancers and the company. So, like, let's
Oh,
say there's a
nice.
commercial or a movie or some kind of fashion company or some major company comes to her and says, we're looking for ballet dancers, like legit ballet dancers. She will be able to find and supply as well as help those companies with, um, you know, the branding and marketing and all that. Like,
Oh,
she's there to
nice.
like level up ballet, period. And I'm so happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, that's amazing
Yeah.
because a lot of times if you're so focused on dance and you're a professional dancer, you might not also know like graphic design and how to market this
Oh,
or that. So it's
absolutely.
amazing to
And
have a company.
she caters to like she really will. I mean, she did I can't say much about it, but she did something for me for Elton John and impressed that team so much that they were like, "Holy crap, we love what this guy's gonna do because the package she created."
Wow.
So yeah, she's pretty epic.
That's so
Anyways,
cool. Okay,
all of
so
that.
what else?
All of that.
Yeah. So what is like a typical day in your life? You wait, what do you do after you wake up?
I wake up first thing, coffee, emails, brainstorm, call my best friend, um, and then coach. I'll usually coach, and then I'll in the afternoon I'll coach YGP kids. I work at this really good school in Pasadena. These kids are intense. but they love ballet, they love what they do, and they compete for scholarships, awards, and a future.
Wow.
So yeah, and then I come to Westside, have open classes, and I get to be around dancers all the time. And then if I'm not doing that, I'm thinking about the next thing for the company. Really, I'm
Yeah.
just always. I mean, I hear a song and I start thinking of movement, so I'm just trapped in it
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
But
That's
I don't mind
amazing.
it. I don't mind it. I really don't. I'm
I
ready for fall.
yeah.
I'm ready for pumpkin spice latte
Really?
already. I'm ready for Harry Potter. I'm ready for another hurricane to hit California so I can be inside for 3 days and write another ballet. I would love that. That would be great.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. I feel like summer just started, so
No, I love summer too, but I'm also ready for like,
I get it.
I
That
want
makes
some
sense. That
pumpkins as
makes
well.
sense. Yeah.
I just ordered a shirt that says remember that original movie Halloween Town? Like the original
Yes,
Halloween
but
from
I didn't.
Disney?
Yeah,
So
I
I
didn't
just
actually see it, but I know what you're talking about. I'm not a big Halloween person. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, he's leaving.
No, but I just got this really cute retro shirt that's Halloween Town and has like anybody comment and let me know who I'm talking about. Please don't leave me alone here. Oh my God. Anyway.
Okay, so you said you started getting paid for ballets when you were 9.
Well, commercial work and
Okay, wait, start.
regional
Okay,
theater.
was that okay?
Ballet was late. I started ballet later. Yeah, ballet was
Oh,
not my plan.
I didn't know that. Okay,
Mm-mm.
okay, let's go back to the very beginning though. Where were you born? Where did you grow up?
Houston, Texas is where I was
Okay,
born and was primarily raised in Dallas.
okay. And so so how did your dance training in general, or was it acting?
Started in acting, had an acting coach. Me, Demi Lovato, I'm aging myself here, but me, Demi Lovato, and Jay Jackson, actually Laganja Stranja from RuPaul's Drag Race, we were all within the same group and vocal coach, and we would go around, and our vocal coach was very connected. So, like, I was a backup singer for Leanne Rimes for the Super Bowl, Chuck Norris movies. Not everybody's gonna know who Chuck Norris is, but it's a Texas thing. It's all good. And then JC Penney's commercial, like, just stuff like that's what I was doing
Wait, you started
first.
in singing?
Yeah.
Okay, wait, but like, how did that even? How old
Uh,
are you? How did it even
oh,
begin?
so I went to a mega church.
Okay,
Like the Bushes go across the street.
okay,
Like George, his entire family.
in Texas.
Yes, and like they had a huge music division, huge theater program. And when I mean like legit, I mean it was like crazy talent.
Okay.
So I kind of started doing their shows, and my mom was like,
Okay.
"Oh, this kid has something. She's not a stage mom, no dance mom stuff, but she would ask and learn, so then she could get me there, and then she would go read her book and let me do my thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was a great. But yeah, no, I started with that, and then from the church shows, then I started doing regional theater
Okay.
at a young age. Oh my
Like
God.
how old?
Oh God. About 10 years old.
Okay.
9, 10. About 9 years old, because I was doing like Music Man. I was doing All My Sons, which was really intense. And then I did Casper the Musical with Cheetah Rivera when she came into town. Like
Wow.
all that. Like that was like entertainment's always been my life. Yeah.
Wow. I had no idea that you started all of that so young.
Yeah, that's why I have family opera in class. I mean, that's like I geek out. By the way, we'll be doing that at 11:30. Get ready.
Yes. I love
But
it.
that's just like I love theatrics, and the more I build my company, the more I want to do highly theatrical shows. Like when I produced Phoenix last year, that's more of really what I want to do with the company. And
Yeah.
like this year for fall, we're looking into collaborating with like graphics and like more technology, infusing with like a horror show. So it's kind of like scary,
Oh.
but still like PG.
Okay, okay,
It's like
yeah.
everybody can come
Yeah,
to. It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
not like inappropriate, but it's like something that all sorts of people would be interested in doing.
Okay,
Yes, that's where
okay.
I'm at. That's how I. Yeah.
But wait, okay, we still skipped a lot. Because, okay, you were doing all that when you were 10.
Yeah.
And then what did you go?
Okay, so I had an ex-girlfriend be like, "Okay, why don't you come take a ballet class?" And I said, "Ew, no. That's not a cool thing to do in Texas.
Because
Take
she was a
ballet class."
dancer?
Yep, that's
Okay.
how I met her. Oh my God, it was so cute. I got on one knee and I asked her to be my girlfriend. My mom taught me well. She was like, "No, you don't just assume. You
When you were
ask."
how old?
At this point, 11,
Okay.
10 or 11. Oh yeah, I was ready. I was ready. I was ready. So she told me to go take this.
Okay.
I said no, and then finally I did it. And actually, I was sick the first day I did it. I went anyways, and I fell in love with it.
Right away.
I fell in love with
First
it.
class.
And then first class, and I remember I just had a natural ability for it. I had a natural ability for dance. I had the turnout. I had everything. It was all there. It just made sense. So of course, when you're a guy, you're halfway decent. You're gonna get scholarships everywhere. So I just had
Yeah.
scholarships. I never paid for one class my entire life
Whoa.
until kind of now, because I'm not a kid. You know what I mean? Like it's different now. But it's that was. And then I just ran with ballet for years.
Wow.
And then I left home at 15. I helped co-direct a ballet company that was a nonprofit in Dallas.
Wow.
I would teach the company class, Commedia Ballet Theater. She's also my best friend of like 17 years, and we would create stuff. Yeah, we created Corpse Bride the ballet. We did this entire for like the fall, and then we did for Valentine's we did excerpts from Romeo and Juliet using like Evanescence, and then we used
Oh yeah, you talked about that.
Fan of the Opera with the real singer and the ballerina. Like we just loved being. People still talk about it, and that was a long time
When you
ago.
were a teenager, or that was after that?
Like
Oh
15,
my
16 years
gosh!
old. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I've lived. I've lived.
Did you go from Texas to LA, or did you move other
You know, I went
places?
to Seattle for P&B for a while. I mean, I did stuff for like ballet, like summer intensives and stuff like that. But as far as like officially moved for a long period of time, yeah, I had $100 to my name. I moved here, lived in my best friend's car for like 5 months, and worked my way up.
Whoa.
Yeah,
At what age did you move here?
18.
Wow.
I produced a show in Dallas. I had a director who has always been Kurt Hathaway. He has always been so supportive of me. He lended me his pre-professionals, and I said I want to create a show, and I rented a theater in Dallas and created a performance. That was the last thing I did in Dallas.
Wow.
Yeah,
And then when you first came to LA, what was like your specific dream? What was your goal?
mess. I was a mess. I was all over the place. I was all over the place. I was everywhere. I mean, I was doing everything. I mean, I started working with Interscope Records, a producer from Interscope Records when I first moved here. So I was
Okay.
at the Whiskey Go Go performing. I was creating my own music. So I really came here for music, not dance.
Okay.
And then,
To sing.
yeah, and like just to produce and create. And then after that, I kind of just fell into choreography again, and then fell into dancing again,
How?
and then I DJ'd for a long time for like really really DJ. Anyways, I've been all over the place. I've
How did you fall into choreography again? Like what was the first thing you did out
what?
here? Or do you remember?
Mm,
Or one of the
That's a
first?
good question. You know what? Honestly, I think the pandemic was actually when I really realized I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna run with this.
It wasn't until the pandemic?
Yeah, because before that, I literally was just guesting everywhere. I was doing projects, doing some TV and film stuff, and all
Oh.
that. Yeah, so I was just being a performer, really.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then I realized in the industry, I don't want to name names and I don't want to get too far into it, but I realized in the music industry, there was some joy being taken away because of the things that you just have to kind of do to make
Okay.
it in this
Okay.
industry. It's a very, very, and I was just like, I just didn't love it enough to
Yeah.
go that route.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know, I just ended up a free for all, just doing everything. And then pandemic is when I really started gathering dancers and like creating stuff. And then I created the Realm Company
Wow. Were you teaching dance regularly at that time or no?
at Westside. Yes.
You were
Yeah.
before the pandemic?
I had classes at Westside.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I think two of the teachers were kind of older, and I think one might have passed away, and then the other one was just kind of older and wanted to um, so yeah, that was before the pandemic. You think it's crowded now? Before the pandemic, you couldn't find a spot.
Really?
There was like 4 or 5 people at the piano holding on to the piano.
Why?
Those are the classes I would teach.
Why is it less now?
I think the pandemic wiped a lot of people out financially and physically.
Oh, wow.
I'll be
That's
honest. Like
crazy.
there was twice as many people in my classes before the pandemic.
Really? Well, I remember the first time I took your class, which was after the pandemic, but it felt really, really packed. And I remember I was like kind of standing in the back because I didn't know what I was doing. And I felt like everyone who was there was doing what they were doing. And I felt crazy. And it just felt crazy, but I
Mm-mm,
loved it so much anyways. And I'm like, I
mm-mm.
have to keep coming back. I
Yeah.
can see why so many people come. But okay. So gosh, I didn't realize you've done like so many different things. And you
Mm-hmm.
started more focusing on like your ballet
I'm
company and stuff
yeah.
recently.
I am artistically chaotic.
Yeah, that's what your Instagram says. So what's like, I kind of heard you talk about this before, but what's kind of like your biggest like dream with
Oh
what
Lord.
you could do with your company? Or I know you were kind of talking about it a little bit, but
I mean, I feel like I'm slowly meeting the right people and surrounding myself with the right people. But honestly, the most that I've ever felt completely seen and just at home was when I was at Paramount Studios working on a project. And I
mm,
remember sitting next to the director thinking, I want to be around these geniuses. So honestly, with my company, I really want to dive further into TV and film, and actually with the ballet agency and creating a package for myself as a choreographer more, I'm gonna see that. I'm pushing hard for that because, TV and film is where I'm gonna get the views, the paychecks, all this stuff, where the concert stuff is my heart.
mm-hmm.
That's like little Chasen that like
Yeah,
loves that.
yeah,
But to fuel and bring in people for that and like I need to infiltrate more. So honestly, my dream would be able to be on set working on projects when I'm not working with the dancers for the Realm Company, and then coming in for the Realm Company to produce concert work and eventually traveling and creating, and that's my dream, honestly. And I went through a period of time where it's like you almost feel like sometimes you go through like imposter syndrome where you're like, oh my God, do I really think that I can do this?
Mm-hmm.
And then this past year, like I'm just like, just go. Who cares? Like sometimes you get caught up in this like tunnel vision of the people around you, and it's like, no, I moved here 14 years ago, doing whatever the hell I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like keep that.
Yeah.
Like don't
Yeah.
don't start getting in this like. So I don't know. I'm on fire now. I'm on fire.
That's
I'm
interesting.
hungry.
Yeah.
First thing I told one of my board members after the last show, was like, I'm hungry. I'm ready. So we're actually about to go to San Francisco. She funded and sponsored everything to get another board member for the company and to also to learn more about nonprofits and fundraising for like
Nice.
3 days.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm just super excited.
That's so great.
I'm hungry.
I love it.
No, I'm actually really hungry right now.
Oh, physically hungry?
Yeah,
I told you there's some granola
I might have a
bars.
snack soon. My stomach's like growling. So
You can grab
I
it.
was fine a minute ago, then all of a sudden my stomach feels like it's inside out.
Like, you were killing me. You're like so wired, but then you're like, you're talking about how you're hungry, like symbolically, I think,
No,
at
I'm
first.
funny.
Do you
And
want a
see,
bar?
I'll have
Something.
one afterwards.
Okay,
today.
okay, okay.
It's gonna be my
Okay.
dessert. It'll be my
Reward.
dessert. Yeah.
Okay, gosh. Well, okay, since we got through your story kind of fast, I'm gonna ask you these questions that I was thinking about.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Okay, did you continue to train in different dance styles while you were growing up, or was it once you fell in love with ballet, was it mostly ballet?
Oh my God, I was so lucky to grow up. My first studio was a hole in the wall, but she only created good dancers. You either quit, went to college, but like a good college with a good dance program, or you went into companies. She brought in Dallas Black Dance Theater, so I got legit modern. I got partnering. She would bring in guest artists all the time, so I was around like older guys who were male dancers, and I like was able to look up to some of them, and like learn like more about partnering at a very young age. And it's so funny because I'm coaching this one really talented boy in Pasadena. And in one of our privates, I brought in one of the girls were sitting outside and I brought the girl in. I was like, yeah, so do some partnering today. And he's like, what? Like, so like, oh my God, ew, I'm touching a girl. I'm like, you have no idea how lucky you are that we get to sit
Yeah.
here at your age and start thinking about partnering. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
not
that's
everybody
cool.
gets that. So I don't know. I was very like, I got tap, full jazz. I was killing it with musical theater. I had it all growing up. And then as I got older and I started like branching out and doing other things and all this stuff, I kind of just stuck more to contemporary and ballet. So it's all there. To me, I'm just a dancer and I will, whatever you put in front of me, I will work on it and get it.
Yeah.
So like that's my job. And my job is I need to get this choreography. So like if I'm doing like Newsies, if I'm doing like, or like West Side Story, or if I'm coming in and doing, I don't know, balancing ballet, my job is to be able to do that. Like I'm not going to sign on to something I can't do. Like I need to
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Tap is just, I love to watch it, but I have no passion for tap.
Oh, okay.
I need lines. I need lines. I can't. I mean, I'm the kid that just turned. I just sat back there and did turns in my tap piece. And in Newsies, I actually did turns on top of the moving cabinet in the scene.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways,
That's gonna. How do
Yeah.
you spot like that?
I was terrified every time. Because me over there being like, hey, let me do this, and then after I started doing it every night, I was like, oh, this is nerve wracking.
You came up with the crazy idea?
Yeah. I was like, put me up there. I'll turn in tap shoes.
Okay, I'm not surprised because, well, I'm a little surprised because you're so good at ballet that I thought, oh, you probably focused on ballet for like a really, like only ballet for a long time. But I'm not totally surprised because I feel like when you're making up choreography in class, you sometimes make it a little bit like jazz funkish or like contemporary-ish, like not
It's
necessarily.
whatever the music calls for. I mean, like,
Yeah.
come on now.
So I'm like, maybe he did train in all the styles.
No,
and, like,
definitely. I was very lucky to start at a studio that she brought in everybody. I mean, we had Pilates every Saturday morning to start our day. Like, we had full-on legit
Wow.
yoga and Pilates. And we were made to do it. Like, if you didn't show up, that was a problem.
Yeah.
Like, it was like one of those schools. I loved it.
So you got such good training in Texas, but then when you came to LA, did you take classes in LA or did you just were just like doing jobs?
No, doing jobs. But there's phenomenal teachers out here. I mean, you have to search for them, but there's phenomenal teachers, and then there's some that are just it's a paycheck.
Yeah. So I know. I feel like
I won't name names.
most of my experience in LA with teachers is people that are similar to you.
Mhm.
I mean, you're definitely one of the top ones, but just like who are so passionate to the point where you're like going overtime and like You're always like, I wish I had 2 hours. Like, just
I
like the
wish I had
passion
2
that you
hours,
have
you
to
know?
teach. It's like
Yeah.
amazing because I've taken dance other places. Well, I'm from Chicago area, and like I've taken dance other places, and teachers are like coming late. They're like ending a few minutes early. You can tell they
Oh,
just
yeah,
like don't
no.
want to be there.
Yeah, no, no,
And
no.
it's so I feel so blessed to be in LA where there's many. I feel like there's many teachers that are really, really
Yeah.
passionate, and then there's a few that are like especially passionate. I feel like well, you're definitely one of
I
them.
feel like the ones who start late and early kind of vibe, I feel like those are the people who are hanging on to something they need to move on.
Yeah, like
They're
maybe
hanging
that's
on
not for
to
them
it. It's a
anymore.
job and they
Yeah,
don't know what else to do and it's sad. It breaks my heart
yeah,
because it's like they didn't I mean they don't want to learn anything new. It's comfortable. It pays the bills. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like it's just like those are the ones that I've been around dancers like that where I'm like just you go to
Let it go
school,
if
like
you
go back to like go do
if you don't like it
something and
anymore.
then dance for
Yeah.
fun on the side, but go do something else to balance you out
Yeah.
because I mean I'm not gonna name names, but they're out
Yeah.
there.
You have
They're out
to
there.
really, I think you have to really, really love it to do, I mean, even just everything you're doing. I mean, you kind of have to
Yeah.
hustle a lot, you know.
Well, for instance, this last show that I closed, it was actually my friend was retiring, and I remember when she was bowing and everybody was giving her a rose. I like had this moment of closure for myself, and I was like, I never want to do this again. I don't want to do another balancing ballet again.
Mm.
I really don't. I had no interest in caring about where my head is over my hand in this ballet. I mean, I just came from Noah's Ark. I just come from a show that is highly theatrical, had a huge
I
story.
saw it. It was
My heart
amazing.
was broken, mended back together. I like that to me is me. And
Yeah.
then I went into this contract where lovely dancers, love my partner to death, great, whatever. But I was like, no, I want to focus more on what I want to do. I don't want to, I love these ballets that have been done and continue to be done. They're iconic. They're the reason why we have ballet in America. But there's plenty of people who are doing it. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to create my own thing. I had a meeting with my composer and I'm like, I really want to create some innovative new stuff. Like I'm just instead of just getting a theater and grabbing dancers, I want more. I'm
Yeah.
not inspired just to do that. Like it needs to mean something.
Yeah.
You need to have something to say.
Yeah. What's like the thing that you really want to say? Do you know?
I just want to show a deeper side of me.
Yeah.
I than just putting dancers on a stage. I don't really fully know what I want to say yet.
Yeah.
But I know that I can do more. And I think
Yeah.
that I've only scraped the surface. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I just have to put more of the work into it, believe in it, and believe in the people I have around me.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
need to stop my ADHD mind, you know,
Yeah.
and like really just hone
Yeah.
in and focus on what I want to do instead of just getting other choreographers to come in and grab dancers, which is always fabulous and great. But I got to be different. There's too many other companies that are doing this. It's the same old thing all the time.
Yeah.
I'm just, because if I'm getting bored of it, it's going to start showing.
Yeah.
And I don't,
Yeah.
yeah, no.
I think that's really inspiring
Yeah.
that you're like not just sticking with something just because it's what you've been doing. You're
Yeah, no,
like,
I got to, people have a hard time changing. And there are some things in my life that sometimes can be hard to change, but I like switching things up. You
yeah.
need to. I
Yeah.
mean, life is too short. Actually, one of my really good friends, we just had to pull the plug on this guy, and he was a big pivotal human being in our lives. And I had just met him actually a year ago. And it sucks that I've only known him for a year, but he's a two-time Emmy Award winning journalist with CNN for like
Wow.
30 years. I mean, he lived a great life. I mean, they knew him at Studio 54. Like, he was like that era. Like, he was just the golden era of entertainment in New York. Like, but he was just did and loved everything and embraced the industry and just loved what he did. He had a heart attack. And then
Oh.
we tried to, we all tried to save him, but he was ended up being a vegetable. And this man is the opposite of a vegetable. This man loves a good cocktail and great conversation. You
Oh.
know what I mean? Like, and just, you could just talk to him about anything. And yeah,
Yeah, I love that you're looking for something more meaningful and you're like when you start to get bored with something, you're exploring like why and what you're looking to do instead, which I think
yeah.
is really cool because like I recently quit my corporate job of 8 years
Oh, yeah.
and like that was I actually it was a really great job for me for a long time. In the last few years, I think I wanted to quit probably 3 years before I quit because change, especially when you're not used to change or I hadn't done anything changey in a while, like
It's also
it's
stability.
scary. Yeah, it's
No, there's
scary.
stability too,
Yeah, and so I had a like good position there, and there was a lot of people that I liked, and there was still a lot of
Yeah.
good things about it, but there
Yeah.
was other things that I was like, I think something's supposed to change, and so I
You
ended up
feel it.
quitting without even any like
Yeah.
other job.
No, you feel it. You know. Like, it's time. Like,
Yeah.
and it's jump. jump
Yeah.
off the ledge.
Which
Look,
was, it's cool
life's too
because
short.
like when I did that, it allowed me time and space to reflect on like what I was passionate about, what I wanted to do. And I ended up like starting this podcast, like dancing all the time, like writing a book. I taught my first couple of jazz classes. Like I did all these things that I don't think I would have ever done if I still had like a regular job. Obviously now I had to get another job, but it's like closer to my house. The hours are a little bit more flexible.
Yeah.
Like I've already started all these other projects. So now it's kind of like what you're talking about with like you want to do all this stuff with your company,
Yeah.
but you kind of also need to be in film and TV and doing these other things to kind of fund everything. Well, because you love it all, but
Yeah.
also like
Yeah.
it also will help fund. There's certain places money comes in easier than
Right.
other places, you know.
Right.
But you still
Of
want to do
course.
like the things you're most
Yeah.
passionate about. So
Yeah.
sometimes I never want to do something that I hate doing, but sometimes you do the things that aren't your number one passion to like fund the other things.
I don't mind working and doing things that may not be my number one thing that I want to be doing, as long as there's a bigger goal. There's like a bigger reason why I'm doing it.
And it's
Like,
very
just to have a
clear.
job to pay bills, it's just not. I won't last very long.
Yeah, totally. Have you ever had a job that wasn't
For 3 weeks.
entertainment or dance?
For 3 weeks,
What was
I was
it?
15 at Forever 21, and I literally just walked out.
What?
I just handed her my thing. I was like, I don't want to take direction from somebody who is ignorant. I'm talented. Why do I have to be here? I like left. I was like, I don't have to be here. And I wasn't like, I didn't have like a bunch of money. It's not like I came from family with money or anything. I was just like, I was like, I don't have to be here. I think I originally did it thinking to be cool and normal. I wanted to be normal for a
Okay,
minute.
because you'd already been in the entertainment
Yeah, I was like, I just
industry.
want to be normal. It's awful. It's horrible. Don't. I literally walked out and handed her my badge. Yeah.
Your badge, your Forever 21
Yeah, I was like, you had to wear, like
badge.
a little badge thing, and
Was
horrible.
it Forever 20? Oh, it was in Texas.
Yeah, just oh, God.
That was so funny. Did you ever live anywhere besides Texas and California? Like live?
No.
Okay.
But obviously, like New York, Seattle, and I traveled a lot as a kid.
Okay.
Like Florida, like I would go places, and when I went on tour, I toured with State Street. You know, like I went places, but as far as like living, not really. I mean, I have to build a foundation for myself. Like
Yeah.
I literally moved here and started over in a way.
Yeah.
And, like it doesn't matter like where you come from. When you come to a city like this, you're starting over because
Yeah.
you have to re-network, find the people who are here, walk into other people's territory, you know, and like
Mhm.
so I've been building myself here so then I can get to a place where I can travel more and get
Yeah.
paid and do stuff.
Do you prefer to be traveling a lot?
I couldn't travel all the time, but I do when I do conventions and I have to travel, I do enjoy that. But like if it was an every weekend thing, no. No. I enjoy also being home and no.
Do you have your mom's been here before. She's
Uh-huh.
like watched our class, right?
Yes. Oh my
I remember, it
God.
was so cute. I remember you talking about it and seeing her. But where does she live? Is she in Texas?
Houston.
Oh, okay.
She was in Dallas and now she's in Houston again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have family there.
I have family there.
Nice.
That's it.
That's
My mom, my sister's pretty much my technically my aunt is what I would call her, but that's it. That's all I really talk to.
okay.
That's all my family right there.
And they're obviously like super supportive of you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Seems.
We all live our lives. I mean, my mom, like, she does her thing. Like, she's not, you know, I could call her more. I know I need to call her more. But we're just all in our life and we're all just doing our thing. And yeah, you know, I surround myself with good people out here.
But your sister, was she ever in entertainment?
No, she took ballet for like a year and hated it. She wanted to go to the army recently, and now I think she's
Really?
rethinking like what she wants to do. But it's
Wow.
definitely no.
Different, very
No, no,
different
no,
from
no,
you.
no. Yeah, we're very different.
Okay, I want to talk about something important, food.
Okay.
So you're vegan, right?
Oh, here we go. Yes. Oh my Lord. Like, just Google your information, people.
No. I'm not. I just want to know because you dance all the time. You're so active. What's
Mhm.
like your favorite? What's your favorite like food to like fuel yourself?
Look, I am not the most authentic vegan, but I know I'm not. But
I thought you were.
I go through phases where I'm like, okay, I'm in cook mode, and sometimes I love beyond and impossible. I love just give me the protein, I'm good, and give me the greens. Like I'm very, very simple vegan. Like I'm not like somebody who I should be cooking a lot more. But also, I was in a relationship with somebody else who was vegan who also would cook for me. So when we broke up, I was kind of like, oh.
You're like, do I still want to be vegan?
I,
Wait.
No, that didn't want to change.
Oh,
But I was
okay.
like, oh, I have to cook.
And wait, what do you mean you're not an authentic vegan? It sounds like you're totally vegan.
No, I am. No, I am a fully vegan. But like, also have like I eat like processed vegan food because it's
Oh, okay,
quick and it's
okay.
easy to make.
Oh, okay.
Like when I'm gone all day from literally 7 a.m. I'll leave my place and then I'll come home at like 9:30 at night. I don't want to cook.
I always talk about how it'd be amazing to just have a personal chef in my house because I
Yeah.
feel like I do like to cook, but I feel like I never have time to.
If any of you are interested, just DM me. We'll work something out. But I need meal prep is what I need help with, and just a good dinner. But if you're doing meal prep, you would have dinner, so that's great. I don't mind heating it up.
What? Okay, one time I used to babysit for this girl and her mom was a chef, and I would just come home to these amazing meals that I would just heat up for the kid and us,
Yeah,
and that was
it's great.
amazing.
It's amazing.
What would be your favorite dinner that someone else could cook for you if you had to pick something?
Dinner, someone. Um. Oh my God, you're talking to the boy from Texas who loves Frito pie. Do you know what Frito pie is?
I think it's is it kind of like a taco but in a bowl?
It's chili. Well, when I was growing up, Wolf Brand chili. But now Gardein has this. It is the same. Oh, it's so good. Anyways, it's chili, mustard, chopped onions, and Fritos smushed in it, super hot, and then I put Beyond sausage in it, so it's packed with protein. That is my favorite. You ask any of my friends, and they'll tell you that is my favorite.
Frito pie.
Frito pie. I'll eat that
It's
every
like a
day.
southern thing.
There was a period of time I was having that every day.
Wow.
I love it.
Can you make that?
It takes 2 seconds.
Okay. Oh,
Absolutely.
perfect. You just open a bag of Fritos.
Well, okay, Fritos, and then you have to warm the chili up, and then you cook the Beyond sausage and put it in there, and it's
Okay.
done. And then I'll have a salad on the side. I
Okay.
get my greens in there.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, done. But no, I'm not the most authentic. Do not hit me up for recipes. Wrong one.
Okay. Next question. What do you like? Do you have a regular time of rest in like your weeks or
Mm-mm.
okay,
No,
figured.
it just depends on what the day I haven't, and then I find time. Even if that's in my car. If I go work out in between coaching, I'll go work out. I'll be in my car and just chill. Like that. If that's my rest for the day, that's my rest, and then
Yeah.
I move on, and then I go home.
What would be your favorite thing to do if you had like a bunch of hours or besides dance? Like if you
Oh,
had a
yeah,
day if
absolutely.
you had a day off
Yeah.
where you really didn't have anything to do,
Oh,
what would you
absolutely.
love to do?
Saturday morning out in the OC, I would love to go to those auto gatherings where these guys
Oh.
drink coffee and just like you pop your hood and just like walk around and sit next to your car. That would be the perfect Saturday for me. I've told all my friends that. Like you get me with I don't even mind if I don't even have my own car there as far as like popping the hood, but you just give me a Saturday morning with cars, coffee, and like conversation about cars. I'll turn my phone off. Like I'm fine.
That is so funny. I
Mhm.
would have never guessed that like
Or last minute trips, road trips.
okay.
Like going off to Solving. I like going to Solving last
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah.
Like things like that. Like very opposite things that I would normally ever think of.
Yeah.
Is like my favorite.
Yeah.
Or the Academy, the Museum of Academy Motion Picture. That
Okay.
one, love. I take people there for the first time. They're all in tears. I love it. Just stuff like that. I don't know. Just inspiring things.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no,
Love
coffee,
that.
cars.
Coffee and cars. I love that. There was like a very short period of time when I was into cars. I was in high school and I went to the auto show in Chicago,
hmm
and all of a sudden I
Oh,
was like,
Chicago. That's the place.
all of a
to-
sudden I
yeah.
was like, I think I'm into cars. And I was into cars for like a year. I'd be driving with my friends. I'd be pointing out different cars. They're like, "Who are you?" And then after a year, I was like, I don't know who that was. I don't care about
It's okay.
cars.
That's all right. We all go through phases.
But I'm
Mine
just saying
stuck with me since I was a kid, though.
relate to that one year that I had. Okay, did you ever have a point of being sick of dance?
Oh,
Burned
absolutely.
out, tired?
Oh my God, there's days I wake up and I'm like, I don't want to do this. Yes, we're all human. There's days, but discipline, what I'm
Yeah.
learning is discipline is you getting up and me switching my mood. Like, I'll be honest, there's like Wednesday nights are tough for me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure you see me every once in a while come in, like, not really talking, but then I get into it halfway through bar more.
Yeah.
Like, I have to tell myself, I just switch my attitude.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah.
Because there's days I wake up and I don't feel like coaching all morning, all afternoon, and then have a rehearsal or show at night. For the past like 2
Yeah.
months, that's what it's been for me.
Yeah.
So like there's days I did not feel like it. I did not, but I was like, you can either be miserable today, or you can suit up and show up and have a fun day and find the positive in it. And I would just switch my day around.
Yeah.
No, we all have days we don't feel like doing, even if it's something you love. Absolutely.
Yeah. I like that you say that because it's good to know the difference between just having discipline or being like, I actually really don't want to do this thing anymore? Because
Yeah.
there's days you're like, I don't really feel like
Well,
going to dance
when I
class
first
or
started
dance.
feeling that more often because I've gotten more busy, I was kind of worried at first. I was like, oh man, does this mean like I'm doing all this for this and I'm not even wanting to do it?
Yeah.
Even this is my company sometimes. I'm like, there's things that I'm like, oh, I really don't want to deal with that. But it's like, you signed up for this. This is what you chose to do. And it's like, I think about the people working 9 to 5.
Mm-hmm.
I think about the people who don't have what I have and have to go work at normal jobs, corporations for people higher up they don't even know, get paid crap, not even seen. I'm like, no, I have it really good. I can
Yeah.
basically get my own hours for the most part. I can, if I can't come in, I don't come in. Usually not just not to come in, but
Yeah,
if I
yeah,
have something else come up.
yeah.
But it's like I literally my own boss for the most part. I just remind myself of what I have, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, and that makes sense. Like, it's also just your personality. Some
Mhm.
people might not want the craziness of that, like
yes,
different hours.
absolutely,
And
yeah,
some people want to just have like a job that they just go to, and
Right.
but it's like good to know who you are, and it's good to
Yeah.
compare in a good way, like
Right.
how you do it, where you're
Right.
like, wait a second,
for
this
me
is more
that
for me.
alternative of having to do that is
Yeah.
scary.
And there's always going to be hard things about even the things you love, even
Yeah.
just staying disciplined with it. Like, it's
Yeah.
not like, oh, just because you love it, life is super easy breezy. It's like,
Yeah, no,
you
no.
still have to wake up. We're working hard. You
Yep.
love it, but it is hard. So I'm just glad that you like brought up the difference between really not wanting to do something, or
Oh,
you're just
yeah.
like, oh,
Oh,
I'm,
yeah.
I'm just in like a mood and I need to. But also, I'd like to just mention that even the days you come in and you say you're tired, whatever, I have never not had like an amazing class. Whether you're like,
You know what? Once we hit plies, rises, I'm like gearing myself up. I'm like, come on. The flexing facing the bar, I'm still kind of gearing myself up. But once we do plies, that's usually, and I see everybody doing plies, that's usually when I'm like, okay,
yeah,
this is therapeutic. Like,
Yeah.
this is, what would it be like if you didn't have this
yeah,
kind of thought? And then I'm in it.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like some days we can tell when you've had a Celsius or when you haven't.
Yes.
But either way, it's still an amazing class. It's just like you either
Well,
get
if I come in
Chasen's-
with a Celsius, that usually honestly means I've had a long ass day because I'll wake up, I'll have a full day of coaching, and literally the time on Wednesday nights, I'm teaching that morning, that same time
yeah,
as I'm teaching
yeah,
that Wednesday night.
yeah,
So it's crazy that sometimes I'm doing
That's
the same combinations I
crazy.
did that morning.
yeah.
It's just so weird. It's weird.
So much.
Yeah.
Um,
I love this. My forehead's like not moving already. I love it.
what do you mean? Oh,
Oh, I love it. Pretty soon nothing's gonna move. I can't wait.
so interesting.
And I got a lip flip, so my lips gonna kind of go. Anyways, I'm so
Oh,
excited. Holy me.
I would never even know.
I love it. I'm so open about it too. I'm like, whatever. I mean, the next thing I want to do is jaw filler.
Oh, what does that do?
Very subtle. So it's just gonna accentuate my jawline more.
Okay, okay,
Lasts for like 9 months.
all right.
I
Oh, it
really
only
wanna
lasts
do
for
it.
9 months, and then you
can
do it again.
permanent. You can do permanent.
Oh,
But I was told try it for 9 months. See if you
Okay.
like it.
Okay.
and then-
yeah. I think one time in class you mentioned you went to like what kind of party was it? What was it?
Botox party.
A Botox party.
No, I was in a host one, and then I realized that all my friends are inviting were dancers who are broke. And I was like, and I told my person, I was like, I'm sorry, none of my people are gonna pay for this. Because there's like a certain amount that can go. It was like for my birthday or something, and like I get free, and then obviously there's a huge discount for everybody. Like it's not like they're paying full price, but I was like, I'm bringing a bunch of dancers. No,
Yeah,
none of them.
yeah.
It's food or Botox for them. So I can't. So I canceled. I was like, never mind. I can't do this. I gotta invite my director friends and all that instead. I can't. Yeah. No.
Oh my gosh, I just thought that was so funny though. Okay, what's some of your favorite advice to give to other dancers or students or
Oh Lord, run.
run?
Get out of it. Do something else.
Dude, even
Don't
though
do
you
it.
literally just like talked about how
Yeah,
you can't
don't
picture
do it.
doing
Don't
anything
do it.
else.
It's hard. I think the main thing, I'm very honest, because the place that I coach kids, it's private coaching. It's very serious, and it's for them to win, so they can get
Mhm.
scholarships and like. So I'm very honest. I'm very honest about their body, what they need to work on, what's holding them back. But also, I get personal enough to where it's like, I've told them the days you don't feel like coming in here, I still need 110%. You have to suit up and show up. I can't be working on this and run this 5 times and finally get one good one. I said it's unacceptable. You have one shot on stage, one shot with those judges.
Yeah.
And so for me, the main thing that I teach a lot of dancers is, and I try to take my own advice, and I'm not always perfect at it at all, but I really try to take my own advice, is the days you don't feel like doing it, are the days you really need to show up, because that is
Yeah.
going to start snowballing all of that discipline. And just like, someone who's always inspired me and has phenomenal discipline are two people at the top of my head. Sadie Black,
Mm-hmm.
who is just,
She's amazing.
and then Matisse Love.
Yeah.
Matisse doesn't miss a day of class. She's always in class. She always works hard to pay for her own classes. There's just Melissa Briggs.
Yeah.
There's just dancers that I'm surrounded by that inspire me.
Yeah.
My own dancers will inspire me,
Yeah.
and I'll tell them. I'm like, it's so inspiring that you're in class every day. So to answer your question, I honestly really just tell the dancers, like, you're in it for the long haul. This is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
This is you when you're watching TV at home in the splits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is you. Like, if they're serious, like, if this
Yeah.
is somebody who literally is doing it for fun, I can know the difference. But if this is someone who is serious about it, I will be very. You got bent knees, you better fix it, because
Yeah.
that's gonna be quite difficult
Yeah.
to get through with having those kind of lines.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be honest. I think that's my job.
Yeah.
There's a way you do it, but I think you have to be honest.
Yeah. That makes
Yeah.
sense. Okay, this might be my last question for you, so we're not late for your class. What You are so good with working with like all levels of dancers. You obviously work with like some really beautiful, amazing professional dancers, but you also give so much. I feel like you give 110% even to like beginner dancers or people at different levels. Like, what keeps you motivated with some of these classes where a lot of us are not professional or started not that long ago? Like, what you have such a drive to still help us really get better, and like
Because you
where
guys
does it come
listen.
from?
I would rather teach a beginner adult class than go to a competition studio where I come in inspired and loving what I do. And for them, they're forced to be there because they have to
Oh.
take ballet once a week, but they really want to be in the contemporary or hip hop class.
Oh.
So no, what it is, I know that adults will work hard.
Yeah.
That is a one thing, is adults will work hard. Even the ones that like to do their own thing and have their own routine, they're still back there doing it and they're sweating like everybody else. I love working with adults. I think that adults take it seriously. They admire what I do for a profession. They admire and love. And you can't deny that that's community.
Yeah.
Like, these are people that, because I know professionals that like look down on adult dancers or look down on that kind of industry. And I'm like, these are the people who come to your shows. These are the people who love the arts and come to support you
Yeah.
and help you have a paycheck. I mean,
Yeah.
this is like, it all circles around. So I will take an adult dancer beginner, or I'll go in the next room and work with Matisse.
Yeah. I love that.
You know, it's as long as you are someone who loves it and serious, like, that is what inspires your teacher.
Yeah.
That what fuels your teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me feel so comfortable to come to like any of your classes. I feel
Yeah.
like I could come to your beginner class, I can come to your open company class. Like, you're not like judging me or anyone because of like the level we're at. We're like, okay, they're here, they're gonna do what they can, you know.
Gotta
And it's
start
like
somewhere.
you're so encouraging. So I
gotta
really
start
love
somewhere.
that. But yeah, Chasen, thank you so much for fitting me into your crazy schedule to be on the
Yes,
podcast.
yes.
This was
I'm
so
about
fun.
to torture you in about 5 minutes.
I know. So I'll see you in class.
Yes.
And we'll see you guys in class.
Yes.
Bye.
My iPhone light was on. Oh my God, I'm so old. Look at that.
Do you want a
Insane.
bar? Look at what I have.
No, it's okay. I don't want to stop the tape.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
We're on
I'll just edit it. If you're starving, just take a bite of
I'll
something.
have one afterwards.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
I don't know why I was saying that. I don't know how we got on that.
You were talking
There's a
about.
reason, though. I know there
Well, you were
was.
talking. I always do that
Better
too.
be careful. There's going to be a lot of editing in this because we're going to be going on for like an hour talking. I'm going to miss the class late.
No, we're not.
I love this.
Dance,